Good morning, good morning. All right, let's jump in again. Pop over to the top step real quick. All right. Let's see here. Oh, if I want lyrics this morning. There we go. Chill it way down. Good morning. All right. So let's get into this a little bit. Got MES. We got 2 minutes into the market open. Let's get our this is MNQ here. Let's get rid of VWAP real quick. All right. Let's mark our players for the morning. Thinking this is keeping this as Ninja Trader. It's gonna be fun. 2 brokerages. All right, so it's a little bit from last night or yesterday's session. Our market lows are here. Market highs are here. So there's that. All right, some new 5-minute buyers in the morning. Looks like the buyers are trying to take it up this morning. And we have 1, 2, so this is a double lap here. Came down, double lap, ended up working this morning right off the open. It's 15-minute? Yeah, wow. Okay. Let's see here. 15-minute double lap, that's a little different. Probably leave those, let me see. Did actually like the 15-minute on that a little bit better. I'll do 15-minute for pre-market. All right, so 5-minute block. Oh, PPR. Jobless claims. All right. Right in the thick of this. All right, just getting a little space here. All right. Here we go. All right. All right, so we got a little overlap up here. This might be a level I'll be interested to play. This 206 level. We are starting to take out this morning. Sellers from pre-market, so let's be interesting to see how this works out. All right, now we're gonna focus a little bit over here. This is really getting owned here by music choices. kind of preparing our charts a little bit. Let's see, where's the most recent seller? We got the most recent seller here. Projection right off that liquidity. Nasdaq's still holding up though. So SPY's looking a little weaker. Let's see, you caught bids here. Oh yeah, I forgot I have options. Alright, I need to check these out real quick. Down to this buying liquidity here to, so that's these guys right here. Still don't love it, but right here and right here. Maybe might try to take a bid down here at this. Where did my freaking tags go here? Got more side tags. What's going on? Open my numbers ninja. Oh, they're on this side now. Okay, that's interesting. Actually, almost they might prefer that. Okay. So maybe might try and get in down there. It's an idea. Good morning, by the way, JC. Let's see, where is that? It's 604, roughly 60450.
Order submitted.
All right, I got a bid coming down right here. So we'll see if we actually get this one. Try and play the back end of this. I think that's a 5-point stop. Yeah, so this should be a decent position if we can get down there. I'm gonna look to take that. You can't see my order, but it's here. Or 50 right here on this line. All right. By the way, this is a bull trap here. Broke out of a lot of different bodies here. Here, tried to go higher, came back down into the range, and now we're tapping into that double liquidity again. So just missed me on the fill on the SPY. Yes. Now my fills are right here. Let's see if we can catch a little bit down there. Okay.
Order filled.
Alright, so we got filled on this 5 point stop, looking for 8 points. We'll see if we get it. Let's see here. So we're Where would 5 points be? I'm sorry, 8 points from here. 450, so we're looking for it to come back up to 1250. Looking for a full rotation back up here, which we could play technically the macro back all the way up to 18. It's an idea, but we'll see. See how it reacts right here. So my fill is roughly, let's see here. Fill is right here. That's my fill. So we'll see how this works out. Got a 5-point stop on it, so risking 25. Do I have 4-point stop? I think I have 4-point stop. Risking 20 to make 40. That's what we're doing here. So see if we get this little bounce here. We'll see if they protect this area. Looks like there is some liquidity here. It's not great though. If you look at the increase of all of this compared to the decrease here, it actually is pretty scary. There was that bear trap too, so we had that, that bull trap. See how we came up and then shot right into this area right here. So very interesting. Now this was a 15-minute, so see if this pre-market holds a little bit. Again, we're looking for 12 points. This isn't looking promising though. If you see the reaction, we got a reaction, but yeah, see how we're tapered off on the buying real heavily. So very interesting. So almost getting stopped out here. About 0.75 away from getting stopped out. Should be getting stopped out any moment. Unless my brackets aren't in. Oh, I don't have an at-the-money strategy. Oh, that's not good. I'm going to have to manually close this then. I didn't activate my at-the-money strategy. Big sell. Tapping into the pre-market lows. Let's see if we can find a little bit of some bidders here. Put that at-the-money strategy on. Let's see what happens here. 6,000 is going to be a big psychological number too. So we'll see if this holds up. 1 minute left. Don't want to hold this thing until faces rip off here. So most of that liquidity got eaten. Yeah, we should probably bank out of this one. There is some buyers at 65 as well on our other chart here. So let's see what happens here. Very tricky. Manipulation's happening. Trying to pick this up. Tapping right into that pool here. Would have liked it a little bit better if we would have been here at 66 on the NQ. As you can see, we're running into a little bit of some trouble right here. I might put myself right at the low there at 6,000. See, I'm buying one, so I'm going to put a stop limit here.
Order filled.
Shouldn't be filled. Am I flat?
Order canceled.
Alright, there. Alright, well, that ended up doing that. I would prefer to still stay in here, so. But it's okay, we'll cut it there. Play on the next opportunity. We did cut through pretty much every player here, but still I think that's going to hold. Alright, let's see here. Get rid of these. Alright, now I got my at-the-money strategy on though. I honestly don't mind getting, I wouldn't mind getting into this position the way it's reacting. is kind of flagging a little bit. Big uptick in volume. Real buyers are trying, but yeah, we will just wait for a better position here. I don't need to force anything. Let's see here. Huge selling. Amen. We have a little bit of overlap up here, which would be good for later on if we actually dredge up a little higher. Big selling. This whole thing's going to be selling liquidity, but really the back end is where we would like to go short. So you might catch a little bid here. I am tempted to get back in here. So I want to get at 6045 though. Prefer to get in at like 01. I think we do maybe have 12 points here. Play some of the upside. Yeah.
Order filled.
Alright, I'm gonna get in for one here. Why is my stop so tight here?
Order canceled.
Oh no. Alright. Bugs. Bugs. Alright, we need to actually put this on right. Okay. Did this before. I'll put them as ticks instead of points. Just go. It's alright. Alright, we're calling it the save as template. Yes, alright, here we go. Alright. Good night. Alright, let's see here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Alright, so I got filled at 03 again. I really want to play the 9-9 here. So we got our take profit up at 12. The at the money strategy is not on again. That's so annoying. Okay. Well, it is what it is. I think I could put. It's dumb. Tell you what, man. Let's see if we get our 8 points out of this. Looks like I filled the 603. I'm looking for 11. 11's gonna be the sell here. We did just tap into the double over here. This would have been a good buy right there in that little double right there. See that? Already have 40 points off that. Let's see if we can get a little 11 points here. There we go, 8 points, there it is. All right, so we got our 8 points there. There's 11. That ended up working out. All right, now we got our stuff happening here. All right, so 8 points. We just got a little, it was a little messy, but it ended up still working out, so. All right, so. Got a 2-bar trend break. Should expect maybe with increased volume. Should expect this to hold and us to get another 1-to-1 out of this. So 604, 610. We'll see what happens here. This was almost a bear trap on the trading view this morning. Close out, went lower, tried to get back up in the range, just couldn't quite do it. So not a true bear trap, but it's still going to be decent. By the way, this is all sellers here, so I'm going to create some overlap here to here so far. So I'm going to look to short somewhere in this area up here at 60s. Let's see. All right. So this is my live account. I've actually funded this account. I'm just not, I'll show it eventually. I just want to show it without the account number, so I can show you the net liquidation. I just put a couple $100 in here. And made about 100 yesterday. Yeah, so I lost 11 on the first trade roughly, made 27 on this one. So we're at 22.88 with commissions. We're just trading one ES. So keeping that very chill. Alright, so this could move actually. So 604 to 610, that's about 6 points. We can see it move another 6 points back up to the 18s. See what happens though. If I was going to be a buyer, I'd be a buyer right here, roughly. Because this is where they're going to kind of come in. I have my one stop at 01. And then I'm going to look for that 1-to-1 here. So you have buyers that stepped in here. We're at the very bottom of these buyers. So I do have my stop at 01. It's a little low. I don't think we need to go that far, to be honest with you.
Order submitted.
No, I don't need to do that.
Order canceled.
We'll see if these guys hold. This is a new seller, so this buyer looks a little stronger in the short term. Trace them all the way. Tapped into that buying liquidity again. Let's see if they get a little accumulation here. So on this one, my fill is roughly at 605. Yes, and I'm gonna look to play a little, well, maybe like only like 5 points. Let's see here, 610 maybe. I was thinking about playing the double here. So, so is it 604 to 611? That's 6 points. So maybe I was thinking about playing the 18s. Yeah. But we are running into that selling. As you can see, there's a new seller here as well. So this buyer pretty much got taken all the way out. The seller's super active. So maybe 610 is going to be the idea. Uptick on selling volume here. Find out here. This could be a... Got my finger on the trigger here. Let us see, looking for 610. Wish I could move my stop. So annoying. I may just have to like put my account on here. I wish there was a way I could hide it though. Just the account number. I don't honestly know if it matters. Let's see. Doji. This looks like it could roll over. Let's see if we can get this little bit here. Good morning, by the way. Appreciate you guys joining the stream. Trading our live account. We're trying to make a little profit off this area, but I don't think it's gonna. I think we might have a little too much pressure here. This bidder's trying to hold this market up. We have this one. So from a 30-second perspective, we have this one here. Then we have this one. So they're trying to be aggressive. We do have a selling aggressor here. So I can mark these quickly as green. And this one as green. multiple dojis in a row usually is bullish, but it is rolling over. That's bearish. So a little confluence here, getting multiple signals. This is your bearish sellers right now on the 30-second. And we are slowly starting to dredge up into this liquidity here. I think really we can come all the way up to 18, and I would like to sell at 18 again. So I'm gonna take my 10 points though, but if I was playing a macro, I would love to play all the way up to 18. See, we're trying to inch up into these buyers a little bit. Or sorry, these sellers. Ooh, okay, here we go. Quick move. I don't know. Are they going to be strong enough? We're going to find out. Let's see if we can catch a little bit here. So stops at 150. Even if it taps into here, it's going to get a little bit of support. And again, I'm filled at 1005. Filled right here at the bottom of this. I thought it was decent pricing. I felt like they were going to defend this position, which they are defending this position, but they might still try and take this down. I mean, we're looking like we're flagging here. I don't know why we're not getting volume yet for this next bar. Volume's just kind of disappeared. I don't know why that's happening. Why would we not get calculate on each tick? Oh, I need order flow for that. No, that shouldn't be. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Now we're actually getting to see the volume kind of come in. All right, so this is looking flaggish for sure. Let's see how this plays out. Right against our stop. Our stop is right there at 101.50, right here. It's exactly where our stop is to the tick. So let's see. We almost got stopped there. That was very, very close to stopping us out. Very close. As you say, buyers are still trying to take this up. And they still got it above this area, so this is very interesting. They're keeping it alive right here. It's going to tap this liquidity again. So as you can see, we're holding on to this demand zone down here. Demand zone down here, we touched that overlap, which is great. We came up, we hit our macro. This was a great, this is 60 points, like right off the rip like that. That was crazy. We're just slowly kind of breaking this. And a lot of this liquidity is getting eaten up. Buyers are probably just tired. They've been buying so much. So it looks like I might get stopped out here. I'm going to hold the stop though. You're going to hear the noise. You won't really see it, but it was 150. That's my stop. So we're just knocking on this door here. This player's gone, by the way. So let's see. Buyers are still accumulating. So we could put pressure on the seller here. And then I think this is technically with volume a new seller, but most of that's absorption. So even though it is selling, buying is really stepping in there. So just gonna hold that position, stay in that 150. I think that's a good point. I think it's fine. I still think we can come rip off of it because you're pretty much solid. This whole area is still solid. So as long as we don't break below this, I think we're pretty good. I might just have to use the chart settings here. I'm gonna put this on the other chart, see if I can mess with the NinjaTrader. So this is our demand zone, supply zone. If you look at the volume though, I think there's more buyers than there's sellers. So if you would have saw VWAP in the morning, VWAP would have started roughly like here, came up, hammered down, and VWAP should be roughly like, and because of that volume set should be like right here, right in the middle. 16. Let's see. Am I close? No, 30. Okay, I was off. A little too reactive. Started higher than I thought. All right, so boom, up here. I said 16. I'm gonna move like an MA. So we're still way under VWAP. Volume must have happened. A lot of that volume must have happened up here. That was up here. It didn't happen at the bottom end, but this volume's happening at the bottom end, so this should be dragging down. All right, getting ready to get stopped out here.
Stop filled.
And there it is right there. You heard it. All right, which is okay. All right, let me see if I can get, so we're about break even on the day. Couple losers, and I think we're still good. Like, we tap into this liquidity on the ES, I think you're still good, to be honest. Like, until you break this player 599, it's still going to be like buyers trying to take it. So I just can't move my stop right now. So I don't really want to move my stop, but yeah, I need to get better fills if I want to do that. So we got stopped right at 150, bounced right off liquidity, came back up. We might get our actual break here. Should be annoying. Multiple dojis in a row. They're accumulating heavy here. Very interesting. All right, so keep an eye out here. Put back on. Let's see. Man, I still think this is gonna fly. Buyers just looking crazy. Yeah. Tempted to get in again, but trying to stay disciplined here. This is looking flaggy. So big flag, boom, flag, extension, right? The crack extension. I should probably go find more. Buyers. Oh, here's one. Mark him again though. This is that overlap from yesterday. Let's see here. Is that? That's all I get. I'm tempted to take a bid. Tempted.
Order filled.
I'm taking a bid. Screw it. I don't want this 600,000 stop though. Well, 6,000 stop's not too bad. We're cracking this uptrend. Putting a lot of pressure here. New buyer again. We're gonna come right up to the seller right here. 608 level. That's gonna be the moment right here. Still, the seller's pretty wide. Still think we can crack that seller. Rotate back up to what would be the 60s on the ES or the 18s on the so I wish the 18s I'm gonna take a short as well. Should see a little reaction here. It's liquidity. I wouldn't want to overtrade and rack up my commissions like crazy. I would have taken that short there, but I'm going to play the macro to the macro. We're playing the 5-minute macro, which is over here, to the 5-minute macro, which I guess technically is up there, but really, I think that's the bigger macro. It may need to still come down, though, to the 93s before it gets this actual bounce. We'll see what happens. Definitely don't want to get caught over trading here, so might have been a touch of FOMO right there. Let's see here. Increase in selling. New sellers aggressing. Oh boy. This is not looking. This is looking kind of disgusting. Look at the price action here on the NQ. You can see the filth. Really, the buyers are really accumulating still. Just these sellers are really trying to suppress that price action. So we pretty much fully retraced. I'm going to, well, I have my stop at 6,000, so 6,000 my stop. If we come down to it, that it is what it is. But I'm gonna not play the zone. I'm gonna wait. All right, let's see here. I need to. Okay. Thank you, dear. See multiple dojis in a row. Trying to keep it above pre-market low.
Stop filled.
And I just got stopped out on that 6,000 level. So we're not playing these levels until they break out now. Figured out how to have my account so that way I could actually have the charts on, which I can move my stops around. ES is kind of pacing lower than the NQ. The NQ is kind of actually outpacing the ES here. Here we go. I found out how to, let me see here. Just trying to uncheck my, here we go. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. So I think I figured it out. Let's see. I'm gonna put you on the other screen just to make sure. What's that? Because in the middle of something. Yeah, if I remember. Go ahead and put it somewhere. Alright. Multiple dojis in a row. Again, you see how the multiple dojis is bullish. This is very interesting. Alright. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. Give me my chart trader here. At least one data series scale justification parameter must be set to right. Alright, well, how do I get this guy to move to the right or range? Dude, I don't even know how to get it to the sometimes I want to shoot this platform. No, it's not the platform. Uh-oh. Now I do. I'm supposed to lock that. That was kind of overlapped here a little bit somehow. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. So slowly drifting up, we just slowly keep getting stopped at there, and I'm not gonna, there's only so many paper cuts I can endure here. Did like the level, it would have been better for me to buy here, put my stop somewhere down there. I couldn't move my stop though, that's why I'm putting on the chart trader right now, because now I can actually use this and they should reflect on both charts. So let's see what happens here. So I know if I want to mess with the 30-second right now, I think I might play a little bit bigger time frame than this one. Let's go 2 minute. There we go. Still looking super wedgy. It's funny. Alright, let me get rid of these. Well, this box would still pretty much be here. No, it wouldn't, technically. First one would be right here. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Doji up 1. This one got taken from here to here. Really not real selling yet. Just accumulating down. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, so we got our chart trader up here. Alright. So now I'm gonna wait for a good opportunity, but I wanna, very interesting. Multiple dojis in a row. Hovering around this pre-market low. very barbed wire. I don't want to go too crazy today. I really do want to play the short on the 18. This is where I want to short. Long, maybe the 93, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So we're cracking. Looks like we want to crack it. Ooh, look at that big flash. Right down there. Very interesting. Actually remove this. So 93.75. And officially, I think we're in a strong downtrend, I think. Yeah, we're breaking below. Yeah, so let's see here. I want to look to get a short somewhere in here. Nice big short there. Right to that double. Thought about playing that double, but we're in a strong downtrend. I'm going to wait a little bit. Oh, mind you. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's that double mark. 83 up, 4 points off that already. Could have been the play, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see, 4 points, 5 points. Oh yeah, maybe that was the play. Could have been a 5-point scalp. Let's see here. I'll throw another one on here. I call this one. I do have the Dom over here too, so this is this Dom. This is what you guys were not seeing. All right, let's see here. Let's snap in somewhere. All right. So I need to get order flow with this because having this without order flow is you get order flow with a lot of different brokerages. Like I can't have there's so much I can't have. It's so annoying. Let me see here. So we're gonna call this one. This one's gonna be called. Four to 8. Okay, 4-8, and then this one we're gonna create another one. This one is gonna be. Let's see, we're gonna go 5 to 10. No. We got 2.5. Let's see, 10 points, 10 ticks, 2.5 profit, 20, which is going to be 4 points. 20, 24. 4? No, 20. Yeah. So 2.5 to 5. So these are all going to be 2 to 1. This one's going to be 2.5 to 5. 0.5 to 5, and I can always move these around a little bit, but all right, so yep. should be in. All right, so sorry, getting these settings set up and everything. Okay, so let's see here. Getting that little bounce, which is nice. A little choppy today. We actually took out this player, so let's just get rid of this player here. And this guy is actually, he's technically gone, but it held. This point down here held, so that was positive. How do I get this on the other side? Like, why would the settings not be there? At least one data series scale justification parameter must be set to right. All right, well, how do we set it to right? All right, well. Yeah, sometimes. Well, that bid would have worked. 93.50, I think, was the fill. Or no, it was down here, 93, I think. So there's your 8 points right there, boom. So we could have played that one. I was a little scared, not gonna lie, with how that moved to the downside. I was like, I don't know if I want to be a part of that, but that's okay. There'll be more opportunity. I would like to take a short up here at the 18 level, maybe even front run it a touch. Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit bigger for that 448. All right, let's see here. Click on chart. All right, properties. I'll set right side margin to 0. What does that mean? What does that do? Okay, sounds good. All right, I don't know what that means. Just says adjust the right side margin. Okay. Okay, now we're getting actually a little break here. All right. Properties. Select. I don't see it. Select. Data series. Can I see a select data series? I don't see a select data series. I should have taken a little bit there, but it's all right. Breaking this bottom here. Coming back up into range. This would be very interesting. Both of those buyers just held. 15 minutes kind of showing it a little bit better than the 5 minute. So we're going to be running back up into this area again. So multiple dojis, flush, come back up. This is definitely going to be one of those days where market makers are kind of battling it out. They're trying to get a hold of options pricing. They lost a lot of money from those calls, probably. They might have covered it and actually made some money, let it go, but they want to get ahead of it now. So all right, back into pre-market high again. Is there any trades that I'm missing here? We got one bar break back into pre-market highs. If this next bar goes green, I go long. Let's see, is this the 5 minute here too? Let's have a little look here. This is market open, roughly. Be a very tricky day today. So I kind of need these bars to break through both. Meanwhile, still just trying to get my numbers here on this side of my screen. I have no idea how that fudged. I wonder if I just dragged it or something. Did I press like shift clicked it? Alt click it? I must have like hotkeyed something. I'm telling you. Something. What did I do? I did something. Right scale. Right scale. Let me just create a new chart. Oh gosh. Ah, we got it. Okay. There, oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. One bar break. Came back in. Figured this out over here. Figured out how to get this here. That drove me crazy. Alrighty. So what I'm gonna do here. Get rid of that one. Alright. I could play the 5 here, to be honest. Do a 2.5 stop. I don't necessarily want to though, but let's see. Getting a little tricky here. I don't need 2 chart traders, I'm gonna be honest. Let's get rid of one of these. Alright. There we go. Tempted just to get in here, but I'm gonna wait. Be a little patient here. 1 minute left on the NQ though. If the NQ actually gets a little long here, we might actually get a long. I don't think long's actually gonna be a bad idea. I just think I don't want to be upside down in the long. 605 to 618. I still think it's gonna go 618. I don't want to be buying at the top here, but we'll wait for this candle to close. If it closes green, then we should have some upside. At least on the MNQ. Let me see here. Let's have a little look here. Whoa, they both switched? Okay, very interesting. Okay. I think Q's gonna be a little different. Can't use that the money strategy with it. I'd have to go 20 points. Alright. It's gonna be a no-go. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. Okay, we actually got the green here, the doji on the top of the yes. Yeah, this still could have some downside. Both ways. If I was gonna be a short, it'd be up towards here. But I want to be 18. I want to come up short at 18. Could have a little bit of some love here. I still don't want to go long right into resistance though. We're gonna tap right into that pool of liquidity. Alright. This dude is driving me crazy. Where is he? Listen. Oh, that guy was driving me nuts. Alright. Here we go. See if we can tap into this. I still think we get legs all the way back into 18. 1, 2. Tempted. I am tempted. Just don't want to buy at the top. Especially on a day like today, where things are messy. A little patience here. If I didn't get good pricing is everything right now. Good pricing is going to help me hold. Let's see, is there justification here? We have a 2-bar break on this time frame. So I would have bought here at 607, so I'd be up 1.25 right now. I do think we come back to the 18 level though. If we do though, I want to front run it a touch. Front run it just a little bit here. Be like, let's see. No, not that much. Be like right here. Right here. Put a limit order up there. Get an 8-point rejection down to 10, and then a buy. I think. I think that's going to be the play for me. Not a trade day recommendation, by the way. Let us see. So we're down 20 on this account. Not a lot. I had 3 losers. A couple of them were due to errors. I'm not going to lie. I probably paid $8 in commissions off of mistakes. Because this platform had me on the wrong ticks. I'm doing fills when I'm trying to. It's just gotta learn the platform again. So, all right. So here's the top of this 5 trend. Whereas the Nasdaq is kind of popped through its trend here. So it's popped. You have VWAP. You have the seller. Again, this 60s looks great to sell. Also the back end of these 2 10s. Yeah, I think it's where I would like to be a seller. Look at kind of taking a little peek here at the NinjaTrader because I want to see here what else we got. 1, 2. It's one of those days where it's kind of slow, the volume's real chill. Let's mark some levels here for later. increase. So here's another little overlap here. Roughly at the, I think that's where we're seeing that overlap up there on the ES we get reflected, but we're seeing a little bit of overlap. Let's see here. Man, we would have nailed that bottom at 93. Oh, yeah. It's all right. Just gotta stay in position here. All right, y-axis. You run into it? Is that why? No. Oh. All right, well, let's get in here a little bit. 1, 2, 3. So this is that new selling? That's new selling. Okay, so this is old selling here. Right, there's a sliver here. Sliver. So let's just mark that sliver. Mark that sliver here. Keeping an eye on that chart, by the way. We are pumping into the back end. We're getting ready to crack these buyers up here. Let's see here. Got this guy here. And then we have this seller here. Very interesting. Okay. Bunch of overlap. Mark this one too. Oh, and there's a bunch of overlap like this. It's pretty much the back one. So 28. One of the back ones here. So just tapped a little bit up into this. We could play the first one to 18. Really, it might be the 28 level. That might be the actual one. All right, let's have a little look here. Got a new buyer. Let's mark this guy while he's here. 1, 2. So this is new buying. And we're going to mark that like this. Almost got a 2-bar break here on the NQ. 15 minutes, not really showing much. 2-bar break, we would see that we're getting right ahead of VWAP. Remember, VWAP is really just telling us there's sellers here. You see how VWAP's really close to my selling liquidity up here. So where you're going to find sellers. Well, I'm not trying to go long this area in FOMO because we're running right into these sellers here. I still think, though, if we do come above VWAP, I want to play the 60s level. I think we get a little bit here. All right. Okay. It's being patient. Missed a good trade today off this 93. This is a good trade I missed. And I want to measure this. Let's see, how many points is this? 97 to 05. 97 to 05. That's 9750 to 05. So that's 8 points roughly. 8. So 8 off here would be 13 roughly. Probably 14 points. 1425, I think. So that's where it's saying it can go. 1425. I mean, they want to try and short at 1650. 54 seconds left. Getting a little bit of a bid on the NQ. Nothing too crazy still. No one really wants to take it higher. I may short at the 60s. I may swap to the MNQ and short at the 60s as well because I do like that 60 short. Up a a little bit up into this level, the 60 short. I'm going to just show you where the 60 short is right here, this pocket. So I want to see that 60s play out. I do like the 18. I wish I could just put a limit here. I can put a limit here. Why am I stuck? Alright, let's put a sell. How do I put a... Will it sell me if I just click here?
Order submitted.
No, we don't. Okay, so sell at 18. I want to sell right here. Alright, so now I can drag my orders around. That's nice. 4 to 8 strategy, I like that. Okay, so right there. So a little bit ahead, and then that 5 would put me at 21, which would be a little bit of insurance. Actually, it's only 4, 16, so 20, 20.25. Actually, that's not bad. That's tolerable. That's tolerable. By the way, new buyer here to here. So the buying is increasing. All right. And we're also starting to eat up into some of this liquidity, which most of it should be on the back end. That's where I'm trying to short it. We do have a breakout of wicks. This is a 2-bar break on the NQ. Still don't like it though. The volume is not near where it needs to be. Super light volume. I think people are just less interested in selling into all that pressure. All right, so these blue circles are just there to help me identify where I'm taking some of these levels from. NinjaTrader is not. I like the square as a trading view better, but I do also like how I could just y-axis a whole square, which is nice. That actually it saves me time in the long term over like bigger levels of retracements. Hey, what's up, Kyogumu? Kyogumu. Thank you, sir. Hope you're doing well as well. I've only taken a few trades. Down about 20. Trying to short up here towards the 18s. I'm going to try and front run it a touch if we can get up here. Do a quick pop. I don't know. Remember I say I don't like multiple levels of overlap? When we have multiple levels of overlap, usually they're fabricated. I still will take the first one, but it makes me less... They're more likely to get ran through. So if they are, I'm going to play like the back end at 30s or something. Yeah. Play the back end there. I feel like I need to get a little bit more space on this chart. There we go. I also don't like how I can't just grab the chart and move it around. I have to hold control to get free move. I longed at 100 stops below 85. You're talking about, oh yeah, very nice, dude. Yeah, we had the long, we had a couple different levels marked. But this price action just kind of funkified all of them. The first one was a 60-point mover immediately, and then it just dojied up right here. We had a level marked right. I can even show you is from right this guy, one of these guys, not that guy, this guy. So right here, boom, boom. So this guy, if we were to drag this guy across, we were to drag this guy across here, and this could take in a little bit. We dragged it all the way over. You see that we tapped right into that liquidity. There was another buyer here. Where was he? Is he there? Right here to here? Right here. So right here, this is where the level was marked this morning. down a little bit here. So you see that overlap. We tapped right into that overlap and bounced. Actually, I think this position was even lower, but yeah, tapped, ripped, broke through, and then there was more levels marked down here, but it barely clapped them. So, but yeah, so now we're just kind of dredging our way up into these 80s. We'll see. We will see. I still am hesitant to play. Actually, we have a 2-bar now? No, we have 1 bar. So, we'll see. I still would prefer to play the back end at 1625 as I'm going to. Recovered. Wait, something, kid? Yeah. No, it's a little tricky. Sorry. I was listening for my kid, so it's like, did he call? I don't know. It's all good. I mean, I don't mind these days. This is your top trend right here that it barely broke through. Got a decrease in volume here. We like these overlap points. So like this 6-1, this 9-2 that we didn't play that was really good. I'm just kind of chilling. I don't want to go too crazy. I like playing the influxes a little bit. I could technically check out the NQ. And I could try and play a little bit more on the different fluxes here. NQ doesn't look good either though. Doesn't look pretty. And a little 2-minute vibe. Just having a little look here. Charting a little bit of some action here. It's having a little peak, big hopping volume. Still probably wouldn't take that. That's a lot of absorption. Yeah, where did I say the top end of this range was? 62. So 62. That's where I was looking to short up there at the 62, roughly that 60 level. I may try and short the 60 level, 1 micro. But that would put us, I'm already shorting, I think the MES as well, right? At that 18, I may, because of the consolidation, I may take it up to just a flat 17. Yeah. Who's stronger, I wonder? Yes, or NQ? NQ looks a little stronger. So I want to short the weaker one. 60 is that level. Trying to get into it a little bit. Let's see. So I think with this account, by the way, you guys haven't seen it yet, but I'm starting to load up my options account. So I'm going to be trading options as well as futures. All live money. And yeah. We're also going to be doing some giveaways. I'm going to start giving away combines to my guests and their followers. So my followers, of course, are going to be able to have giveaways and stuff like that for combines. Combines or any kind of FF like what do you say, like entry accounts. We'll be starting to do that. I'm only going to probably do a couple, 1 to 2 a week. But here the thing is that here's the kicker. The trader that I have on has to perform. He has to draw, like, let's say, so for 1 micro, he's got to make, like, we might put it like $50 for the first giveaway, and then he's got to make $100 for the next giveaway. So if he could do those things, which isn't too hard to do, but if he does those things, I give them to his followers, the community that are in the stream, all that other stuff. So I think it'd be pretty dope, because I think it's good for them to do it anyways, and then we have a little they meet the requirements. I give away giveaways. I think it'd actually be fun. People screaming at him, "Don't short it, you idiot!" No. All right, a little bit of a bull trap here. On if we have a little peek here at the 15 minute. So just kind of keeping an eye out. We did have a 2-bar here. The volume was low. I didn't like the volume, so I stayed away from it. If you look though, on the 15 minute, this broke out of some bodies here, right? This broke out of some bodies. Tried to go higher, came back in. If it comes back into anywhere in this range here, if it comes back anywhere in this range, oh, no. What is going on here? Comes back anywhere in this range, that's going to be a bull trap. So it's going to put a lot of pressure to the downside. Pre-market's going to be a little kicker, but we got 3 minutes left in this 15 minutes, so we'll see how this works. I may look to take. I love trading traps are my favorite because the risk to reward's a little better. I would have to risk a decent amount though. I don't know if I want to risk. Let's see here, 39 to this. So that's roughly $80. I may just trade the ES version and just short the ES and then watch it go, because my short over here is gonna have to be still. Let me see here. Let's go ES. So the ES is roughly gonna be. Quick look at the 15 minute. So this is gonna be a trap as well. So this is gonna be roughly like 6 points of a trap. So which I dig a little bit better. Still, there's a strong buyer down there. I am going to be shorting into a strong buyer, but I do like a 15-minute trap. I don't mind. So we will see. It is going to be kind of tough though, but we'll find out. See if we actually get the dump. So we have the context here. I'm looking at the ES here. The same trap is here. So it broke above these bodies, tried to go higher, came back into this range. As long as it kind of gets below these bodies, it's going to be nice to take. Minute 40 left. The NQ looks a little juicier, but it is putting pressure here. So we're going to get ready to maybe short here. Get ready to market sell. At minute 27 left. This could rip up and catch a bid last second. That's why we're waiting. As long as it doesn't get below this bar at 601, we're going to be okay. Actually, I would prefer it to stay back up here, but it is what it is. So yeah, 1 minute left. 15 minutes are really starting to put some pressure. Tapping pre-market low. Should catch a little support here. But maybe that's just enough to hold us for a minute. I just don't want to see it go above the 211. Needed to stay in this pocket, in this 100 pocket here. Can't let it go below 72. If it does, I don't really want to short the NQ, but I think the SPY is acting a little bit heavier because it's been acting heavier, in my opinion. Well, maybe not actually. Flag. Oh, the NQ is actually kind of looked a little heavier. All right, so we're gonna have that look. 30 seconds left on this candle. And we just need the SPY needs to stay above 175, which it's flushing right now. So should see if we catch a little bit here. I'm gonna have to take a big drawdown now, about a 8 point drawdown. It's gonna be roughly $40. That's a lot of drawdown. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Order filled.
All right, so I'm gonna take the stop here. We're gonna go up here, maybe a 2-point stop. Let me see here, 1150. We'll go a 1-point stop here. I think that'll be enough room. Not a recommendation, by the way. And let me see here. I need to do this chart right. What's the measurement here? So we got 1150 to 325. We'll just say 350 is 8 points. So we want at least 12 points. But it would be more closer to 16 points. So 16 points of loss here, or I'm sorry, of gain is going to put us at 93, 87. 87 roughly. So where's 87? Oh, look, almost there. I'll just go 88. We'll call it 88. This is a live account, LND. Yeah, NinjaTrader. This is my cash account. So now the only thing is, that was the 15-minute context. If this breaks, yeah, broke these bodies, if it tried to go lower, came back up, then it would be kind of come back in. So I should say this is a trap the other way. Now, we know that there's a buyer down here, right? We know that there is a buyer, maybe not at the pre-market level. There was that previous buyer from over here. We had that buyer. So remember our levels from earlier? Remember these guys here? These buyers? We had these buyers here. So, because if we looked at the 15-minute chart, it looks a lot cleaner. A little peek over here. So I didn't want to do this trade on the NQ because the amount of hold I had to do on this one was crazy. But we know that there's a buyer accumulating here. All right, let's see. So here was a portion of our buyer that came in, right? So this guy got eaten up a little bit, but they reinforced that buyer right here. Did that reinforcement here. And then you had a little bit of a reinforcement all the way up here. So this was like a triple lap at the time, right? So let's have a little look, because if you look at it on a 15-minute, it looks a little different because the way the price action is acting today is not super reactive. It feels very thick compared to how thin it normally is. But you see here that we tapped into all of this liquidity right here. See that? Boom, 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 boom. Now, it doesn't look too crazy from a 5-minute. The 5-minute looks like, okay, yeah, like we just blew through all of it. But if you look from a 15-minute, notice that this whole area acted as support. We tapped into that triple area here and bounced right off, right? We caught a little bit of the macro. I still think we come up to 60s before we come back down to this in terms of my opinion with liquidity. But in terms of price action, this is saying that we need to go down. So I'm going to hold the short here. I'm going to hold it until 88. Let's see if we get a little bit of follow through. I'll keep these levels up here for spectating, but really I wouldn't mark these levels on a 5-minute. I would keep these out. Very interesting. We have a little bit of divergence here. The 5-minute's popping up on the NQ, and the SPY is actually being a little heavier here. So very interesting to see that the SPY could drag down the NQ, or the NQ could lift up the SPY. So we're going to see how this works out. Let's see if we get a little bit of a flush here. We do have a, this is the 15-minute, so I'm going to go to the 5-minute. Let's have a little look here. So we do have a little bit of a 2-bar as well. So if you look at our pivot low, which is currently right here, we take that line to our next pivot. We have a 2-bar break with increased volume. and the volume met above this. So this actually could be another short. And the short looks like, let's see, 1150 to 325, so roughly 8 points. So it's also suggesting that this comes down to at least 95. 95 would be the take profit on this one. We do have buyers here, so coming down to 88 is going to be a stretch because we have a lot of macro buyers here. We have this supported buyer. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to suggest, by the way, this guy's gone. So we can remove him. It's this guy. Remove him. And then I'll just remove this line because we don't really need it. This line's a little messy, but we'll keep it. And here's your previous buyer right here that we're kind of eating up some of that liquidity with. So sellers, buyers, I would hope to short at 18. It came up to 12 and started catching. So I still think we rotate up a little bit. Like from the Nasdaq's perspective, if we're looking at liquidity, night price action, if we're looking at liquidity, I think this is your big player up here. I think this is where it really is going to get a smackdown. And then you have your buyer here. So we'll see how that works out. On the 15-minute, this is almost a bear trap. Needs to come down a little lower first. But if it comes down lower, goes up green again up to here, then I'm going to have to cut the trade on both sides. So, but it's all good. Right here, this is our short. I like that it shows points instead of dollar value. I think that's much more cool, firstly, but yeah. I think it's more points is what matters. It doesn't matter about the dollar amount unless I'm showing Lamborghinis. Then it matters about the dollar amount. If I'm selling a lifestyle, but selling trading, point value is all you need. So 1, 2, 3 increase. So technically the price action doesn't look like a real seller. I would say the only real seller here a little bit may be this one. Come with a box here. Maybe this one right here. Just because of how much everything overlapped. So I would say this is more of your real seller right here. So we could come all the way back up to 609 before we actually catch a bid or catch a sell. So yeah, hate shorting in the middle of pre-market range. Traps in the middle of pre-market range are tricky. Right in the middle of it, right in the middle, right into the pre-market low. I still would take it, but it's just doesn't let's just say this trap happened towards these highs, right? We broke out of some like macro highs and it came up and came down in this range. That would be a lot more comfortable. I think that would have a lot more weight to it. So in this context, yes, it's still a bull trap. There are these bulls trapped here, but compared to how much the bidding happened, there's still a lot of upside. So I shouldn't say a lot of upside. There's still a lot of buyers, a lot of strength in the buyers. But we also have this little lap in the sellers. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here. I have to get order flow. How much order flow is with NinjaTrader? I haven't seen it in a while. Order flow 60. Oh, it's included with the lifetime account plan. I think I may buy the account plan here if I can actually get this account up enough, because the amount of they reduce your what do you say, commissions by like 50%. It pays for itself in the end. Yeah, micros. Yeah, 0.09 cents per micro. That's, you still have to pay clearing fees and stuff like that though. We're just having a look here. We're short in the context of this trap. So came up, tried to go higher, tapped, came back down. I don't like how much it came down. I wish it would have came down maybe like up here. So I gotta got my entry a little higher. It almost engulfing this whole bar. It's more likely to get reversed, but I still gotta take it. This pre-market low is what kind of hurts it for me because, like, for example, we broke up above pre-market high, tried to go higher, came back below pre-market low. That's much better, right? So coming like right into the pre-market low, it's like I'm selling right into support basically. So little bit of whatever, but still should see it come down to 95, especially with this volume. So we'll see what happens here. I may try another short at 09, but I don't think I'm going to. We'll see what happens here. All right, so buying's not scary compared to the selling. Buying's actually really chill. Not a new buyer yet. We'll see how that comes in. Should go get a little bit more coffee here. All right, let's see here. Let's see if we get a little move down now. We'll see. Biddings here, we see that the buying liquidity is right here, right? This is where buyers are looking to step in, and we're seeing them accumulate here. So these buyers, to be honest with you, in terms of volume, right? If we look at the volume here, these buyers are stronger than these new sellers that came in so far. But again, we're playing with this seller here, and this seller, these two sellers here, right? Selling that accrued here would be stronger than this buying that happened here. The difference of volume, selling, buying, although, I mean, it's still pretty good. 14,000 plus 14,000, so roughly 28,000. This one was 22,000 plus 11,000. 22,000 plus 11,000. So what's that? It's 33,000. So 33,000 compared to the 28,000. So this was still really strong buying that happened down here. But we're just going to see. We're going to play between these two players. Price action looks disgusting. Super dojied. Breakout, caught liquidity back up. Comes up, taps into the sell liquidity, comes down. Taps back into this buying area down here. And we also have some bears trapped. But it's going to be very interesting. I don't know if we're going to go much lower, to be honest with you. If anything, I love to go long where we were at this level. Maybe the back end down here. Maybe the back end down here. But we've been staying pretty tight on the NQ. Besides that opening candle, besides this opening candle, it's only been, well, maybe about 100-point range. Quite literally 100-point range. It's, yeah, that's not bad. It's just the average bar is like, I would say, let's see here. This is probably the average bar here. 13 to 80. So roughly 30 points. It's not bad. Average bar being 30 points. All right, so SPY is catching, the ES is catching a little bit here. Again, the buyer is right here. Right, this is our actual buyer. So we went short off the trap. Still think, my opinion, I would prefer to be short up at 18. Where I would prefer to be short at. I was going to take a short anywhere. A lot of this, especially with the overlap, feels a little fabricated. When we have multiple overlaps, multiple levels like this, see how there's so much overlap? In my opinion, a lot of it gets ran through. I should say from my experience with this so far. A lot of it will get ran through. We'll play the back end of this liquidity, and then it will find its actual players. So we'll see if that rings true still. Still gonna stay in the short though. We're gonna play that macro 15-minute price action. And yeah, what we're looking for here. Oh, this was a little bit of a trap though, no? Tried to go lower, came back up into range. Dude, that's a trap. We have to cancel this one. Would you look at that? All right, well, that was uneventful. So from the ES perspective, probably just gonna chill on today. All right, so think about this first. Now I should have actually reversed it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna stay out of the fluff for right now. So think about this for a second. By the way, this is roughly our selling in the 5 minutes. So notice that here's your bodies, broke below, tried to go lower, came back up in the range. So this is now a bear trap on the 15 minute. So you had your bull trap on the 15 minute into a bear trap on the 15 minute. So now with both sides being trapped, good morning, Dewey. With both sides being trapped, really we need to get out of this range. We need to get out of this range. We need to either break above or break below, one of the two. So I cut that trade off because this is now, I can get out of the trade. So with a trap, I can get out with a trap. If there's a trap the other way. If it's a trend break, I can get out with a trend break. So we're just going to chill. I'm going to do nothing crazy here. Wait for some macros to get hit. Patient. If they don't get hit in this morning session, that's okay. We're doing A-okay here. So also I bought some calls on Ford. So I bought a couple 13 calls for January, about 45 days away. So I'm expecting a move. I may play some more calls here in the short term. Like I wouldn't mind playing some $12 calls in the next, I don't know, next 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks out. $12 calls. I wonder how much those cost. Let's find out. So I'm going light on options again. So Ford's a nice company because they're cheap. They're a blue chip, but they're cheap and their spreads are kind of tight. So let's see here. Ford. I'll show you guys in a second. 3 weeks out, which would be, well, I want like beginning of December might be fine. So yeah, 7 cents. So we're saying by December 6th, which is right here, I'm going to say comes up to a 12 to what I'm saying. So $12 calls might come up. If we do actually get a flag and gap and hit back up even to the 13s, it'd be great. Especially get them for cheap. So, but even the 11 calls are still kind of cheap. They're 40 cents roughly. So it's the same. They're pricing in 3 weeks. They're pricing in a $24 move. Is that what it is? Yeah, $24 move. Yeah. Yep. So 24 cent move. So they're saying that it's going to get up to right. Let's make sure of this because the price is moving. Breaking's at 11.39. So your 11.39 is right here. That's where they're roughly saying it's going to be plus your premium. I don't think that's too bad at all, to be honest with you. I might get a couple more of those 39 calls for 3 weeks out. December, we got all the way until December 6th. It is at the top of the range, though. And there's a little gap here. Gap. I think we can get some headroom here. 13s roughly. Yeah, so I bought some calls, just a couple small ones. Bought them for January. They're out of the money. 13 calls, so they're way out of the money here. Need a lot of percentage for us to get up there, but I got time on them. Got them for cheap. They're like 10 bucks each. January 17th, so I got all the way until January 17th over here to get up to 13. So if we do get a couple move, really I'm trying to build a position to catch, like, let's just say we get up to 12 in the next few weeks. My calls should be up almost 100%. But I would like to play some short-term calls too, maybe the next 3 weeks, which that's not very short-term. That's still swinging calls, but yeah, nonetheless, that is that. All right, so just kind of chilling out here. I personally, there's not much for me to do here. We tried to play the trap. Trap kind of went into another trap. And we got trends to break here. We got uh-oh, I think my kid's crying now officially. I'll be right back.
Glanville asked the jury and witness to leave and
Sorry, that was I have a YouTube link and it puts me on the same short every single time. Try to put on some cartoons for my son real fast. All right. You know what that one? So it came up right to that tick here. You guys see that? But right up here, close to that 0925. Let's begin with that. It's beginning with that liquidity comes in. You guys can hear my son awake. He's revolting. Wants some different kinds of cartoons. All right. Hold on. Oh, this one.
No.
All right, we settled on Tom and Jerry. That's good. Alrighty. A lot of noise here. I need like a simple, clean chart here. I have so much noise going on. Alright, let's go a little bigger here. A little bigger. So bounced off this liquidity, came back up, tapped back into the sell liquidity, came down, buyers reinforced that liquidity, and now we're kind of capitulating. We're seeing who's going to be stronger. The sellers are coming in here. Yeah, Tom and Jerry's not doing. I've been just looking at the quality of the artistry on some of it, you know? Like even the artists like tried a little harder, you know? Alright. I don't know. I still think, personally, I think off this reaction, we still go up to at least the 18s. If I wanted to hold something, I would probably hold a long here. Expect a rotation back up to, if I was playing the whatever, I could take a, I mean, I could technically dip and put, what is this, a 5-point loss? We could put a little bit of a, the buying's not too crazy. The buying down here is, though. This is what's reactive down here. But personally, I just don't. I mean, this selling was a little bit real for sure. This wasn't too crazy on the bidding. I think if we come back down again, I think taking a bid at 6,000 is reasonable. I think even buying here is reasonable. I just don't want to lose what, $40? $40 on a bid when we're not breaking above this player here. What do we have? We have this one. Came down, tapped, found tons of liquidity. They bought front rent, still have some sellers, and it's just dredging up against these sellers. Personally, I think we move up. But I don't do how much do I want to risk here? That's the real question here. If I'm going to play the upside, and all this double, I want to play the back end at 28. So maybe 20 points to risk 7.
No, son. Put it down.
Ooh. Oh.
Whoa.
Pricing's everything here. If I want to take a long for the day, even though I think it's really, I still think we're going to go long here. I still think we're going to come up and try and test these highs again at the, you know, the 300 if you're looking at the NQ. Come down, get into some of that liquidity, come back up, maybe test this macro up here, this macro player. How much do I want to hold? How much do I want to risk? That's the question here. I still think it happens though. I mean, I could pretty much, I feel comfortable almost holding this long all day. But we'll see what happens. I mean, this is just, we're playing a big macro buyer down here. And I think we found that liquidity that we wanted, the market wanted. And I think we just get a cool off. I'm going to take a bid here.
Order filled.
Let's take a bid, and I'm going to tap in a little bit. Let's see here. I'm going to get right here. What am I risking? Let's risk 10 points. 10 points here, 775. And I'm going to go for 20 points here. So 17, 27, which is all the way up here. We have a lot of selling to get through to get up there. But I really do think that if we do take out one of these sellers, here we go. Let me show you guys over here. If I do take out one of these sellers here, this is going to be based more on the positionally for a longer term. If it flushes down and we hit this liquidity again, then it is what it is. But I don't know if we will. I mean, if we do, it's fine. I got my 10-point stop, so I'm risking $50 to gain $100. And the only thing that may hurt me in the end is the pricing, right? If we get closer to 6,000, if it does come down, I may even add one and go like risk. What's that going to be? Risk roughly $70. Again, we should find support. We'll see what happens, but if we just dredge down again, it is what it is. It's all good. But I think over the day we'll probably come up. So if we reject off here, we're going to put pressure down here again. Just the market's not really selling too aggressively. You can't find buyers either though, so that's why we're kind of in between. So I bought right in the middle of the liquidity, right in the middle of it, which is fine for me. Let's see here, right, 1, 2, 3. So this actually comes down a little bit. It's supposed to come down here. There we go. And then this buyer, even though it is increased in volume, there's nothing really with substance here. Maybe have a little bit down here at this level. Yeah, maybe a little bit of this level. So this could have maybe been the buy here at 601. Could have got better pricing on that. Still can, honestly, if I want to wait for a rotation. I'm just trying not to overtrade here. Let's see. So let's check the smaller chart here. Boom, boom, increase, increase, increase. So you have buyers stepped in here. Right here. And where is this at? This is at 594. Oh, so this is all the way down here. Oh, because it's a 2-minute. Okay, then you have decrease, increase. So you have your smaller increase here. So a little bit reinforced. That 601.50 actually doesn't look too bad if I wanted to get another one of the 601.50. See, I might throw in another bid here, 601.50.
Order submitted.
Okay, so we catch that one. I'll be in for 2. I should be selling both 4 for 8. Might be better on that one in general. I might just let that 4 for 8 ride and take profits on that one and then play the upside. So we'll see if it fills. Other than that, it's not much for me to do. Yeah. So we're just going to be playing this back and forth. Really funky liquidity today. Still think that this is going to sweep up. And the way that it's consolidating, I think it's going to have a decent amount more room. I don't know. This thing could just tank and blow through to this level here. There's your liquidity, though, if I have to be biased. I'm a little high on the bias side, though, so I'm playing a little bit out of position here. Being at the 80s would be a little bit better position. Make me feel a lot more comfortable. If I was playing here, playing at the 01s would make me feel more comfortable. So, just keeping those things in mind. Low volume pullback on here. This is multiple. Buyer's not willing to take it up. I may... What are we down? $10 right now? Down 10. I want to show you guys this forward. The way the day is setting up, flagging, kind of getting hit. We could get a big gap up in the next couple of days. So forward is going to be an interesting one to play. I ended up picking up the options on them. I just got a couple of cheap ones for January just in case I catch this trend. So if this has a multi-day breakout, right, like an actual run, an actual run, maybe even back up to the 14s, the 15s, right? Because it gets there pretty quick. Like you go from 11 to 15 in what span? About a month? 24th of May to July. About this set 3 weeks. 3 weeks of a big run here. So I'm catching if I catch the beginning of this breakout here and play the channel, play the break of the channel, we could see a move up to, I mean, I would think with these bidders at least a 14, 1383, maybe 86. But if this actually hammers home here and we get a big bid, I think realistically this is obviously like seller 1. Let's see here. Seller 1 here. And then seller 2. Here, come on now. Seller 2 roughly here. So if, I mean, you got a couple micros down here too, right? You got like one here. This one's actually reacted, so the 1650. I think that's a realistic selling liquidity here. So I think I think at the end of this move, you know, 16 is actually like kind of legitimate to me. So buying the 13 calls for January. So I got up until January 7th. So roughly right here, this time window. I think we can get a decent 2 legs. Get 1 leg, 2 legs. I think it could still even go higher, but we'll see. I'm keeping it kind of chill, keeping it small, easing my way back into options. What? So yeah, catching a little bit here, a little uptick in
Connection
volume.
lost.
Uh-oh, connection lost. We don't want no connection lost. There we go, we're back. All right, so I'm going to take off this
Order
bid here.
canceled.
I'm not going to average down. We're going to keep it small. And actually, I think I'm going to move my stop up. Move my stop up right below. So I want to kind of catch the uptrend. I don't want to play it too deep into that liquidity, even though it could bounce off there. I'm going to try and keep it very reasonably tight here. So if it does come down, then go 1 tick below maybe. Might even be able to keep it here. Might tighten it all the way up here. Hey Shark, how are you, man? Trading the live account today. Also messing with some options today too. You know what? I missed a good trade here. This was, I mean, as you can see, this overlap right here. The reason why I didn't take it is because we were flagging into it. I said I wanted to take it, but this was, man, just a killer trade off that open, and the NQ as well reacted off of some levels here. So, but nothing too crazy. I'm trading the ES, talking about a little bit of options. So talking about how I have some calls. Thanks for liking the video, by the way, guys. I'm talking about how Ford, I'm looking at Ford's price action here, and how I bought January 7 calls. It was January. No, it was what were they? Might be a little later than that, actually. I thought they were 7s. They're January 17th calls, so actually I have more time than I think. January 17th calls for $10. So I got it for pretty cheap. It still is $10 right now. But between January, with how this thing moves, and it's been kind of like consolidating these days, I think we catch at least this gap at 13. And to be honest with you, I think we can get a decent run, because you got to think that the buying liquidity is right here. Right here, and you have a little bit of some overlap right here. So we're tapping into some of that buy liquidity a bit, right? I would say maybe like right here. And I think we might catch a leg, because I really don't see any sellers, like any real selling up until up here. So I think we're catching the bottom of this liquidity level. I think there's a lot of upside, and yeah, it can get very very interesting here. So bought some calls for January. I may consider actually buying some for what do we got? 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, try and hit some cheap ones. So I may actually do that right now. Let me see here. I'll be streaming my options plays here in the future too. Let's see here. We'll go 2 weeks out. Really cheap. I mean, you can get $12 calls for $3. They're so cheap. That's November 22nd. What is it? The 14th? So cheap. So let's see, 12, what's the 29th? How much is the 29th? 29th is $5. So the 29th I think is really, may even do that. So I'm gonna probably buy 10 of those, maybe. Oh, they just went up in price. Let's go 8. 8 of these. Yeah, so I'm gonna buy a couple more. Yeah. Let's see. So caught the top of this liquidity, by the way. Tapped it, rejected off of it, right? This is again where our seller is. I should be playing this macro a little bit down here to catch the bid, but I'm going to keep it real tight. I don't want to mess with it too much. Let's see, we got bidders. Let's put it right here. We got 1, 2 increase. The uptick, we'll put it right there. Put it, what is this, like almost a point? Probably could even go a little higher here. It's 1 tick, 450, 375. We should see a little bit of flack here, a little bit of rejection, but I think that most of this gets taken out. All right, let's see here. All right. Alrighty. So I'm transferring some money to my, again, I don't like trading options with Robinhood per se, but the instant transfer and the instant access to options, that is nice. So I'm going to put them at 7. Let's see if I get any fills here. Hopefully it comes down a touch. Well, we might just buy them for 8. 8 is kind of expensive though. I didn't really want to buy them for 8. What's next week? Next week's still 3 for $12. Yeah, I might buy the $3 ones. Let's see how many can. What? How are these 5 all of a sudden? That's crazy. Oh, because there's 2 options. Let's see here. Need to get rid of these. I don't like how this happens. All right, so November 12th, if I'm going to purchase, those are 08s for the 29s. These say $5, but then I come here.
Stop
there we
failed.
go. Okay, there it is. Oh, we got stopped. Okay, so there's a stop on there. I'm going to go out and buy 10 of these 12, 11, 29 calls. There we go. I purchased 10 of them for 50. So now I'm in for $70 on calls on Ford. And really here, I'm this price action day, don't get me wrong, this is a bit of a trap, by the way. Bear trap, boom, came up, came down. This is a bear trap. There's your liquidity right up to the tick, and the rejection. This is your buy right off the tick, so there should be buyers right here. I'm just kind of done for the day here. There's really nothing I could do. The price action is a bit choppy. We could have played liquidity levels here. I'm just not reading super well. Missed a couple good opportunities. I think I still think this rotates up to 28. I'm just not going to get good pricing, and in the time left I have, I can't really get in. I want to wait for some better pricing. This is not bad pricing though, to be honest with you. Like catching this back up to the macro, even that's like 8 points, right? So I could probably say that I did this, but I probably could have bought there and let that ride all the way back up to 08. But it's okay. I don't want to get caught over trading today. Let's see about this. So, okay, so I have Ford calls. I have $12 call and a $13 call for. So the $12 calls is for 29, which is, what is this? Let's have a little peek here. So I bought 10 $5 calls. They just cost me $5, and those are for those are 12s right here. So I'm expecting it to go here, and I got until the 29th, which is over here, which I think we could have a big couple days here. So if we have a big couple days, those $5 should get close to like 30 or something. So I'm looking for like a 500% move with that. So you can see we're starting to retrace, by the way, off of this, starting to really react off of this liquidity level. So we bought at the double liquidity, sold. I still think this moves up. I really do. Still think this moves up and dredges. If not, we're gonna really cut through. But yeah, I still think this previous buyer is strong. Of course, is strong with that buyer. So we'll see how the options day plays out, though. Anything can happen really there. So I'll have a little look here. But anyways, so also I have the 13 calls. So not only do I have the 12 calls here for 3 weeks from now, so that's the 29th. So this day right here. So I'm expecting it to get to 12 by this day. I bought really cheap options. I got a handful of them. So just spent $50. So I'm thinking 12. I think at least we come up to this gap fill. If anything, though, if we catch a big leg and we catch a bounce in the market at the same time, man, we can have some serious legs here, especially with this consolidating. This could leg up again. So, and then I have the January 17th calls. January 17th, all the way over here. 13 calls. I paid $10 each for those.
Mama.
Yeah, mom's here. $10 each for these. And we have all the way until January, which I think we can have some real upside here. We can have some real upside here. I really do think that our big selling liquidity is up here. Even this gap, I think, is going to get retraced. So, did they miss earnings or something? Yeah, but still. With the whole presidency switch and everything like that, I think that that's going to have enough of a catalyst for it to move in the next few days. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Good morning, Richard. How are you, man? So a little bit of trap. This trap would have worked out great. Bull trap, bam. Right there. I still think we talked about earlier how I would like to break out of this range because we had 2 15-minute traps. We had this bull trap into this bear trap. And when that happens... Oh, nice, Bob. When that happens, really you need to break out of these ranges. Either one of these ranges. And to actually start getting some movement on the market. Otherwise, you're just going to be playing this range all day. Which this range can literally last for hours. So, if we break down below, and really you're seeing the liquidity here. The liquidity's here, liquidity's up there. So, I'm okay, woke up late, missed everything on the day. You really didn't. I mean, you missed that initial maybe in the tap, but I mean, that was literally what? That was from market open, you missed what? A drop and a bump. And that was only in the first hour. And now it's just kind of consolidating. So there's still going to be a move that's going to happen. Either the upside or the downside. I doubt we just flatten for the rest of the day. I'd say about, let's see, where we at here. I would say roughly around, whoa. Paul Sass, Cafe, can you double your volume? Like double the size? Double the size here? Is that what we're talking about? Or double my size? Like double the volume, these bars? So, speaking volume. All right, cracking this guy a little bit here. So let's see. I may be a buyer at 93 still. It's about 50% of the. Oh, my volume on my mic. Oh, I see. Really? Other people's volumes are that high? That's kind of crazy. I'm pretty much maxed out, I think. Here, let me see. How's this? This is system sounds though. So you're gonna hear like the desktop probably. Let's see here. Thank you, dear. So I'm gonna have to turn down my own volume here. Oh yeah. Double again? Oh my gosh, that's wild. I got you. I got you. We're almost done here. Yeah, we're wrapping it up. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I could do, I think, is put this mic. Yeah, Richard, it's one of those days, dude. We're getting ready for options. Things are gonna get really tricky. You're gonna have hedge funds battling to kind of defend positions. You know, there's a lot of stuff. I don't know what other data we have going on yet, but Shark says I'm loud and clear here, and I have my YouTube on 40%. You're loud and clear, or I'm loud and clear? I don't know, Paul. Maybe you turn me down, dude. I would turn me down too, though. After about 3 hours listening to me, I would be knocking myself down a couple notches. All right, so nothing too crazy. That's funny. I don't know. Maybe I have to go for the bigger mic. All right, so we cleared this liquidity here. So this guy's gone. We're starting to tap down into this guy now. Now the question is, do I want to play this overlap again at the 90s? Increase the volume here on the red. Tapping into this other liquidity. I did not know. No, so the guests are on Tuesday, Wednesdays. So yesterday, we're getting into the holidays. I have to stretch my schedule a little bit because it's kind of tough. So next Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to have guests on the stream. So thanks for reminding me of that too. Guests on the stream. And I think, Shark, I'm going to be working on some giveaways too. So we're going to be looking to give away maybe some prop firm accounts. And the idea is, oh, I'm sorry, Richard. Richard asked that question. Yeah, no, guests on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and I think I'm gonna have them, if they can meet a certain price threshold, that's what they're gonna earn the giveaways. So if they perform well, I give away to either their followers, and I'll give some to my subscribers. They had to be subscribed to me as well, but if their followers are subscribed to me and them, I'm gonna give away free prop firm accounts. So that's going to be the goal. If they meet they gotta perform. I think that's a good way to get them to trade and add a little nice little element to it. Down here now, tapping in this liquidity. Personally, I like this area. I really do. Well, what's the risk for me here? 99 to 92, that's a little too much. If we can get down to, what's a 4-point risk on the bottom of this area? 88, so 92. Maybe should I buy a 92.50, 92.75 if we come down? Let's see here. What's going on here? 92.75. Maybe I'll put a, is that the low of the day? Yeah, that is the low of the day. We'll see. I might be able to buy that one. Well, we got a 4 for 8 here, 92.75. I'll put a little limit in there. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go here shortly. work here. So again, oh sorry guys, wrong chart here. 92.75. Keep putting you on the wrong chart. I was putting you on forward the whole time. Tapped over that liquidity to the tick. You see the tick of the overlap came down. It actually bounced off the tick of these two buyers here initially. Came up, and now we're kind of dredging into this liquidity down here. Personally, I like this overlap down here. May even want to play the back end of this player. I have a 4-point stop, and that's going to put me right below this previous buyer, which I like. So the reason why I'm playing the ES now is because since I'm trading my live account, I want things to be a little thicker. So ES is about half the size in terms of movement as a micro. So it's kind of like as an MNQ micro. So it's like a half micro. And what's up? What's the matter? What happened? So there's that, and I'm trying. There's less slippage with ES because it's thicker. You see how thick it is, 71 to like 27. You look at the NQ, sometimes it's like 5 or like 3. So it's really thin. There's a lot of slippage. So I'm putting stop losses on this one. On the NQ, I wasn't putting any stop losses because of how thin it was. So with the ES, I feel like I'm going to be able to get a little bit better fills, a little bit better. We'll see. Maybe 3. Yeah, maybe. Let's see, 4 would put us right at 90. I don't necessarily know if I want to play that. Well, maybe the 90. Be the back end. Let's go there. So yeah. So before I go, we'll have a little look here. This is Ford again. About calls for 3 weeks out and about a month and a half out. I'm going to play this little position here. I even think that I could probably play the Fridays. Probably be dirt cheap. Tomorrow's Ford would be like, I wonder if you even have any more. If I play tomorrow, November 15th, yeah, so the 1150s are $2. The 11s are 23. So they're basically saying a 3% move. I think if you gap, you can have those 23s turn into go 300%. I think definitely it's realistic to at least come up to 56, 57. Yeah. I do think so. I think that people are going to have to be covering a little bit. See here, I have $6 in the account, so 1150s for tomorrow. I wonder how much they're at for next week. Might be better for me to. No, next week is kind of up there. All right, I might buy some of these. I might lotto 3 1150 calls for tomorrow. There we go. All right, so now I'm positioned fully for 4. We'll see what's going to happen. I just missed my fill there. Bummer. I looked for 1 second. I look away for 1 second. All right, let's see. Oh, no. I need a good fill here. Being picky. 1 tick off.
Order filled.
All right, there it is. All right, so we're going to wrap up the stream here. As much as I want, we're going to let this trade ride, though. 89, we should find a little liquidity here. This is an overlap on a macro, so I probably even could take the sell all the way up here. Even up here to this macro with the overlap. Really, I do really think that we could have a little bit of a fuller rotation. Maybe all the way. I mean, I would at least maybe like to play up here. Be honest with you. 07 playing this double macro. Yeah, we did break out of the range. So we got our fill right there, right ahead of that overlap. And I'm hoping for a little bit of a rotation here. We'll see if we kind of get back up to this 07, 08. I'm front running a little bit. Really playing it safe would be about 04. Be about 10 points. Maybe we just play the 04. 2.5 R there, I think. Yeah, because we're doing a 4-point risk. 93.75 to 89.75. So 4-point risk. $2.5 or 3.0. This is the thing. This is your new seller here. So if we were to throw another axis, I throw it from here to here. So this is like a triple zone now up here. I still think all of this gets taken. I think I could literally play this all. Let's bring that down. I think I could play this all the way up to the 80s, all the way up to the 28s. Quite literally. I think I could honestly play it at the full rotation here. I'm gonna be real. That's that level I was saying earlier. You have a lot of double overlap here, and I think it all gets taken, except for this back end player. I might play this one though, 25. Yeah, we'll see. We almost caught that perfect to the tick. So that was 1 tick ahead of, or 2 ticks ahead of this overlap here. You can see that the buyers are still active, but you need new buying interest. New buying interest needs to come in, not just previous buyers, not just people that have pools of liquidity. You have to have buyers that are saying, okay, you know what, this player is a good position to buy. They're filling up a lot of shares. Let's or you know, orders, whatever. So it's all about that. I'm tempted to take the 04, but a part of me really feels like we get a full rotation here to full rotation, at least 25. And if not, we break new lows, we break new lows. That's a risk I'm willing to take. So what is this risk? This is 4 for 31 points. 31 points. So that's 8R. 8R is a home run, but we'll see. Big absorption there. Would like to see it a little hotter than that. If we crack this dude, we can really get lower too. So I think I'm gonna take it. Let's see here. This is gonna be the last one. All right, kick that. So this is gonna be a hot level 2. So I could probably that triple level there. They're gonna be playing games, but yeah. All right. So there's the day. You guys saw my options on the Ford. We have a couple lottos, so I have positioned. I have tomorrow's at 11.50s for tomorrow. Those are kind of a lotto. I bought them for $2 each. They're very cheap. So if we do end up gapping up a little bit though, hitting like 11.80 or something like that, those will go from $2 to roughly like 40. So that'd be cool. And yeah, playing a longer position, a longer rotation into Ford here. So, which I don't mind. I don't mind playing it. We'll see what happens here. Big cut. Big consolidation, maybe a big rotation here. What I don't want is something like this. Break out of the channel and immediately get slapped. I think we have a little bit of room here. But July, the next earnings. So that's playing almost into earnings. It's going to be like an earnings run up. So we'll see what happens there. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think that's it for me. We go to work. And hopefully trying to push for January, do this a little longer days, extend this out a couple more hours. That's the plan. So see how that plan works. All right, till next time, guys. Take care. Peace.